Okay, welcome to the Swiss Championships here in lovely Bern. We already started right in the action with the action of the Panthers NexGen in black against FAB in white. It's a game on the National League A, and on the mics we have Ulrike and Lucy. We're sharing the mic, so we just hear us one after the other. So we already see the first turn and the first point. And FAB is trying to put in a break. And it was just defended by Solga Damian. So Panthers NexGen, they can try to score their first point. Let's see how it goes. They will start again. Stoller has the disc on the line. Looking for cuts. He gets a great cut from Sina. And Langenegger, unfortunate drop in the rain. It's always difficult to start when it's rainy. So FAB can try. And they start. FAB starts with the break.
Huh?
Yeah. Okay, still getting set up. So here we had FAB with their first break of the game in rainy conditions. This is actually a local match because both teams are from Bern. So they have a lot of, hopefully a lot of fans on the sidelines, even though it's raining. Both teams are pretty young. If we look at the list, to the end zone, Feinsrand Lisbacher. And there we go, another point for FAB. And we have Lucy Stauffer with another break for FAB. Great job there. Great job there for the under 20 players. Looking really good on both sides. FAB is getting ready for the third point in a row. Okay, so Panthers can try again to put in their first point of the game. Fielded by Gadamian. We have Langenegger with the disc now. Stoller receives it, looking for, he was looking for deep pass, not happy with what he's seeing. Passing is back to Langenegger. There's some really nice play going on. Here's disc, Langenegger. Back to Sommer. Nice, around throw to Gadamian. Looking for an inside shot. Saved by Stoller, close to the ground. So we have there's a call on the field. Players discussing, there might have been a pick. There's resolved, and we start again. And Stoller to Langenegger. So the handlers did the job for Panthers this time. They scored their first point. It's a 2-1. 2-1 for Panthers. So we had a really good start of the game for FAB. They started right away with 2 breaks. Now Panthers finally managed to steady the ship and get ready to go on a run on their own. So let's see if they manage to do it. Again, they're setting up. You can see it's a bit wet here on the fields. Rain is falling. It's always a challenge to play in the rain. You see a lot of players, they're wearing gloves because this often helps. At least that's what people hope with the catches and the throws. Other people are so used to whatever condition and they trust their hands so they don't rely on the disc. So again, we know this time we will see we will see Panthers actually pulling for the first time, and we're playing in mixed. Then we have 4 women on the line, which means a woman will pull the disc this time. And we have Michael Schwartz with the disc ready to pull, waiting for the "we're ready" sign from FABX. And disc is up, and there we go. It's a nice lofty pull. And this is, we start De Petro with the disc. She's a very experienced thrower. Unfortunately, the connection with the Sarah Klauser did not work out this time. So the Panthers can actually try to answer with a break of their own. Pass to Schwartz and to Paulmeyer. Really confident movements in the handling. Wieck saved the disc here. Jakob. He's the experienced player on the FAB NexGen line. Again, this back to Paulmeyer. Trying it back into the center to Schwartz. Really nice backhand throw to Schamp. She's looking for option. Gives it back to her teammate Schwartz. They've been playing together for a very long time, even though they're just over 20 years of age. There's a turn and a call. Okay, so Messer unable to get a hold of the disc. So we have a turn. So FABX again gets the chance. So there, now the players coming off the field trying to stay dry. They did a great job on both ends. Really the first games of the day. These teams actually, this is the lower pool of League A. So these teams play for a spot in the quarterfinals to go up. The team that will lose this game will likely have to play a game against the first place teams of the League B to decide if they will remain in League A or League B. So this game is actually, even though it's in the lower pool of League A, it's still an important game because the team that wins here actually has a shot at a place in the finals. Now we go with a great pull from Hames. First time we see her on the field today, fielded by Gadamian and Diener. And again, a little bit of missing attention from Budmiger. Passes on the ground, and FABX gets the disc again. Now we have number 33 with the disc. She's actually the captain of the team. And here we have, this time it's not the youngsters for FAB, but the experienced players. Really nice pass between, so they not only let the youngsters do the job, but also
hello, good morning.
Drive.
Oh, we got another
camera. Oh, yes. There we go. And finally, we also have Lucy on the mic. We had some technical issues, so now I no longer have to do the auto entertainer, but we also have Lucy. So hello.
Good morning. Nice to be here. So you can take a breath and I'll talk sometimes for you. Huh?
Very good. He has the good eye. He has all the lists of the names. I have to kind of rely on my memory. And so actually now the two players that just scored the points for FABX, the score is currently 4-1. It was Katrin Wendrich and Manuel Meyer. It's like the two experienced people. He can always recognize him with the red cap wearing. So again, this is actually so. Unfortunately, Panthers, they have a lot of unlucky connections here. A lot of this that just slipped through their hands. So maybe they just need to focus a little bit more on the catches, the game, and then they will also be able to score the points that they need and maybe go on a run of breaks on their own. So
and totally, yeah. But as they said and told me before the game, it's really about gaining some experience in this tournament. So yeah, every drop disc is a good experience, I guess, because you're gonna drop Next, not as often. Now we got another turn here, and Luzi Stauffer at the disc again.
Looks like you had a pick call on the field. So again, the defender could not follow the person they were covering. It's resolved and game goes back. Again, we have Stauffer with the disc.
Nice inside pass. And this disc is not reachable for FAB's number 32, Nadia De Pietro.
We have Langenhager with the disc to Pahlmeyer. And again, nice give and go movement there between the handlers. You can see these two actually have practiced together.
But there's not quite a long option after this nice movement, so. But here they find, and he toes it in.
Great footwork by Summer, yeah.
Great work, which makes it a 2-4 Panthers coming back, maybe.
Yeah, let's see. So now it's time for them to go on a run, if they can do it. We've seen that if they put up enough pressure, also they will get the disc back from FABX. But it's great to see both teams have a lot of young players there, so it's really both are working hard on development and having connections. I think if you look at the average ages, you have the list. It's I feel really old when I see that.
Yeah, it's really great. FAB's got a lot of players. As I have a look at the list, it's like they have like 6 players at the age of 17.
Wow.
And switching to the list of the Panthers, they even have 2 players at the age of 14.
Oh my gosh.
This is really amazing. And as you said before, what I think is really a nice thing to tell also is Michelle Schwartz at the age of 22, which is not too old as well. She played already 11 years, so half of her life. So we got young players who are really experienced. It's really great to have a look at that game. This pull goes out, which means the FAB handler can go to the break point and start the game from there.
The brick point is actually indicated of the field, so they don't need to go and look for it. There's again a pick call. This is often happening when everybody wants to help and run to the disc, and then gets messy on the field. People crisscrossing each other, and then this is where the pick happens.
And another long pass along the side, and
they go pile of buddies
here, but it's called in by the Panthers player Ria Shem. Very fair.
Yeah, and a great read by Julia Hammes for that catch and to bring it in. There's a really quick and efficient point by FAB. Really was really short.
And again, 3 points in advance for FAB. At that point, 5-2.
Yeah.
And as we heard in the beginning, we have some funny combinations as well. We have one mother in the team of FAB and her daughter in the other team playing.
It's true. And we have another
really
crossover, yeah.
And we have one player who's actually never played Panthers, but plays
FAB.
Usually for FAB, but plays Panthers in this
Yes.
game. So quite some funny stories here. As you said before, 2 teams from Bern. I think that's what makes these stories.
Yes. And these teams often also more play in the open and the women's division. So when they make the mixed teams, they tend to mix up players a little bit more to see that they have enough players to actually field the teams. And the interesting thing is also FAB actually has a second team. So they are here with quite a lot of number of people to play and really show that they're developing also the mixed division in Bern a bit more.
So that's why it's called mixed, maybe.
And something interesting also about the Panthers NexGen is they actually started this quite a while ago with the NexGen, with a lot of younger players that started. And these younger players, most of them have actually already grown out of the NexGen system, and you have now the next round of the youngsters moving into NexGen. So it's actually no longer really NexGen, more the next NexGen.
Yeah, NexGen and NexGen and Gen. A lot of generations anyway. Michelle Schwartz at the disc. Screaming around looking for some help, finding Lengenhager to Mueller, number 24, born in the US. But a real squeeze. Nice bid on a disc, but still in Panthers' hands. Paul Meyer. High stall here, and he finds Lenkenhager, who puts it in the zone and makes it 3-5.
Yeah, and another great catch from Levin Summer. I think it's its second score for the Panthers. So this is probably the person they tend to look for a lot. Good presence there, good read, good reactivity to be there when it counts for the team to score. And I think apart from the first moments where Michael Schwartz had to wait and scream at her teammates to get some options going, I think afterwards there was a really nice flow to put it into the end zone. So really nice to see that they're getting there.
Totally, I think they're really starting to get in this game. I'm looking forward how this is going to end up.
So again, we have this time we have 4 men and 3 women on the line. So which means in this case a man will hold the disc. This time we have
Jan Gadamian at disc.
Yeah, the older of the 2 Gadamians for the Panthers. There's a lot of siblings that you see playing in these teams, and mothers and daughters. It's so amazing to see. And actually, a lot of teams have already now the second generations of players playing on the field. Okay.
Yeah, talking of Michelle Schwartz in the last point,
yes.
The girl screaming at the other ones. She's the daughter of one of the founders of the Panthers, so yeah, family all over in these 2 teams.
It also explains why they've been playing for such a long time and such a young age.
Nice defense there, Gadamian gets
great movement there.
Passed.
Hammers again with the disc.
And Carlo gets the disc. What a great point. FAB again ahead with 3.63.
Yeah, and a very efficient offense there. The flow was going, everybody was just cutting at the right time, and we ended the whole thing with a really nice, great layout from
Carlo El Basbazi.
Oh yes, they're complicated. He tried to tell me his family name before, but it was really hard. I mean, they have the names written on the back, but sometimes it's a bit small to read, and especially when you have a lot of Finnies on the line, it's really hard to see what's going on there. Because we actually try staying under a tent, trying to stay dry, where the players are brave enough to play in the rain and do an awesome job there so far.
Totally.
After a few messy points now, I think both teams are getting into the rhythm, and the points look much cleaner now.
I totally agree on that. I think this is going to be a better and better game.
Yeah. So again, you get some last words from the coaches. Both teams actually have coaches that are not playing, which is interesting to see. In many cases, it's players that are potentially injured or older and don't really want to go through all the fitness anymore. So they just coach, stand on the line.
That's an option as well.
Again. Starting off with a pull from FABX. Wow, this is a great pull. They have to start in their own end zone. Have Jakob Deslondres with the disc. To Lengenhager. She's looking for options. They always have a good connection between the handlers, but then the forward movement to the cutters always is not working as well as they were hoping to. Again, great grab there under pressure. Back to Lengenhager. She finds the tall Jakob, and a great put into the end zone for the score.
Very nice continuation on the break side here by the Panthers. So
yeah, this pass from Lengenhager to Jakob opened up all that space, and then he just had the easy continuation to, I think, Diener, but it was hard to tell. I couldn't really.
And great timing there. Now we just see Jakob kissing his child after this beautiful point. Just a side note from the sideline here. So really happy, and again very familiar.
Yeah, that's the next generation there. You got this kid will be tall. Mom is tall, dad is tall. It's really nice to see.
And this is the first time out of this game. At the moment, we have a score of 6-4. FAB is leading in this game. But as we said, it's going to be tighter and tighter.
Right now, he's going to have to bid. Just a football.
Huge layout block. Unbelievable stuff on the front corner of the end zone.
Maybe just that boost of energy they needed. Huge swing pass and a great grab there from Steer.
Okay, and welcome back after this little spot from ULTI.TV, because this is actually where you're getting this really beautiful, nice stream from Bern. Thank you so much for bringing all these the games to you on YouTube, live and direct. And also, if you didn't manage to catch them live, you can always watch them a bit later on the channel. So again, we're back after a short timeout. Maybe both teams, they got a little bit of talking to from their coaches, but I think in general the coaches can be pretty happy about what's going on the field. We have Panthers pulling to FAB, fielding it. Okay, looking for options. There was a really, really great defense from Panthers there. Only option to get out there was with the hammer pass to the break side. Unfortunately, a little bit too high for number 20. Now Stoller with the disc. Looking for options. We got some give-go movements. Not working. Great grab from Paulmeyer under pressure to Gadamian. Paulmeyer again. And we got another Gadamian on the disc. And we got the Panthers with the score. This is their first break of the game. So I would say this is the sign we're back. And I think this was their youngest players on their field that was actually scoring the point. Number 38.
This is correct. I just checked the list. She's one of the 14-year-olds, as we mentioned before.
And she's actually the daughter of Nadia De Petro from the other team.
Exactly, as we said before as well. Yeah. Circle's closing itself.
Yes. So awesome. So we have 6-5 for FAB. So Panthers getting closer. And this looks like another timeout. Now, again, to steady maybe, not necessarily the ship, so I don't know what the coaches want to hear. I think we had the first timeout was maybe the Panthers to have a bit of a breather, and now FAB takes the timeout to maybe get focused again and to see maybe what's happening now that the Panthers are starting to gain confidence and come back. The coach Flex is talking, it's his nickname. It's like a Ruckstuhl as the coach. He's played with a lot of teams in Switzerland over the years. Now he's living and playing in Bern and coaching the FabX team. So really nice to see also that you have all the experienced players, they stay on the teams and they coach the teams.
Really nice to see.
Okay, after this short timeout, disc is back in the hands of Hannah Langenhager. She's ready to pull, and with her with the disc, which means we have 4 women on the field. Makes it always also very easy now. The rule for the gender pulling makes it always easy to tell how many women you have on the field in the mixed division, because it will always alternate between 4 women and 3 men, or 3 women and 4 men on the fields. It's always 2 times. You have the 4 women, then you have for 2 points 3 women, and then back again. So it's another challenge for the players to keep actually track of this during the game. Okay, we got
and there we got
Stauffer
Stauffer with a
with
long
the disc,
throw.
looking exactly for a deep shot. He finds
Being
Garrett.
caught.
Now he's looking for option. That was actually a really good read from him because the disc was coming in fast and low. Disc now to De Petro, to Rindlisbacher. And back to Stauffer, who between a lot of bodies manages to grab the disc and scored another point for FAB. So we're 7-5 should be. I think we have again error on the screen there.
And throwing long passes in the team of FAB with the name of Stauffer is nothing new,
Yeah,
I actually don't know. Is this a family? Is this
he's the
family?
nephew.
He's the nephew.
He's the nephew of the famous Logan Stauffer.
Playing for long, long years in the open team of Flying Angels Bern, winning a lot of big trophies.
Yeah. So the next generation is starting up there. He already has a World Championship silver medal to his name from this year. Playing with the under 20 mixed team at the World Championship. So yeah, next generation is getting started. As I said, it's really, really great to see all these young players doing such a great job on the field and really also already being the pillars of their team, which is amazing. See.
Yeah, really a lot of talents here, giving hope to Swiss Ultimate.
Yeah, there's been a lot of development done with the juniors and so on, and I think almost all clubs in Switzerland are now having junior programs running. See more and more young players pushing us all these out of the field, which is good. Okay, Paul has been fielded. It's just landed in.
Panthers oldie, Jakob.
Again, he's looking for an option. Yeah, he told me before the game that he has been playing for a bit because of the kids. But yeah, I think he has lost his touch. Great defense there from number 47, FAB.
Peter Nice reading, Peter Nice getting this D for FAB, giving a chance to another 3-point lead for FAB. A nice opening pass here by FAB to number 83, Florence Epinet. And another open pass, Stoller not getting it, but it's going out.
It was a good look for the upline, but I think the throw was not really on point. Like often here, you have a really small margin. Disc now in Paul Meyer's hand. He's looking for an option, finds De Petro. And Aaron throw. Now Fab X has the disc. And defended by Stoller.
Getting messy again, getting messy again, as you said before. Paul Meyer getting the disc.
But I think it's more now they're stepping up. I think Panthers is stepping up the defense a bit more because now I think it's less.
Nice combination there by Stoller and Paulus. Sorry for
and we have Jakob Deslongres with the catch in the end zone. There was a really nice quick play right after the break, which is always nice to see.
Yeah, Peter Jakob, the guy with the most experience on the pitch. 19 years of playing Ultimate, really. Others haven't been born at that time when he started, who are playing with him now.
Amazing. And he used all his experience there to score this point for his team. So bringing it to 7-6 pointers. So now it's just 1 point difference between FABX and Panthers. So they're starting to claw their way back into the game after kind of taking the 2 breaks in the start, like giving the disc too easily to FABX. And I think now they seem to step up their defense a bit more. The pressure on FABX is a bit higher, so they're getting the disc back if they do a mistake and get the chance to score. Now they have a short discussion on about the gender ratio. This is what you see with the signs, is like you spread out your arms, which means it's 4 women on the field. You have the arms folded behind your head. It's 3 women on the field.
Okay, good to know these signs.
This is
mandatory, I would say, for this tournament.
It's always good for communication, because now we have Vicky Gochman running over the field talking, one of the, I think this time coaches, sometimes she plays, but I think today she's just coaching, discussing the gender ratio situation.
Yeah.
I think what do we have,
And
like
they come to, as you said, folded arms
Yeah.
behind your head means
3 women.
3 women.
Yes.
Okay, 4 men, 3 women on the field.
Yeah, I think but then this time it should be changed because in the point before when when Panthers was pulling from there, it was a woman pulling. So kind of now it should be a man. It's often kind of, since it's always every 2 points it changes, kind of sometimes it helps for your head to kind of have a small.
Yeah, that's also an important point. Like pulling is also mandatory.
Yes.
Women, men.
It's the gender pulling, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
gender
why
pulling.
like now with the 4 men on the field, it should actually be a man pulling. We still have Hannah Legenhager pulling, which is a bit surprising, but I think the teams are fine with this one.
Important point.
Yeah,
Like
we
pulling
have
is
the hand
also.
back into Stauffer. He's looking for options. Now I think FAB actually has the problem that the connection to
And there
to the cutters is kind of getting a bit more difficult. I think really the defense is getting better from the Panthers side. Now we have Hannah Legenhager with the disc in her hands. She's looking for options. Did not really see anything what she liked, and also good pressure from Stauffer there on Sommer for the defense. Picks up the discs, looks for option, but it's really stagnant. Like there's no really a lot of movement from the stack, and we got even a pick called on the field. That's always like the pumping in the air, like the Popeye muscle show. Always means there is a pick, like the defender could not follow the person they were covering. People kind of all reorganize their positioning, getting to start.
Oh, this disc sailing through all the persons, but no one looking. Good movement there by FAB to De Pietro, the mother, on the field.
You can see that the field is wet. It's so slippery.
Yeah.
People are sliding and
Yeah.
slippery everywhere.
I'm really optimistic for layouts. Lucy
Yeah, you can see a
Stauffer.
lot of number of shirts are getting dirty.
Yeah.
On the white ones. You can see who's actually laying out. We get Seeley with the disc, pretty close to the end zone, looking for options. Everybody's clustering in front. Again, she finds Stauffer.
Good solution there. Getting tighter and tighter. Another pick, as you said, Popeye pump. This goes back to Lucy Stauffer. Does not go. Okay, back.
Yeah.
Stays where it was.
I think they're discussing a little bit of the positioning where everybody should be. Like sometimes it's really kind of would the pass have happened anyway, then the person keeps the disc, otherwise it goes back. It's always, because there are no referees here, so everybody needs to know the rules. And yeah, Sarah, she knows where the disc would land. So Glauser with a great catch on that overhead throw, but still there's a discussion on the field. There might have been a violation call.
And we just heard the halftime.
Yeah, because I think they
scream
scored their point.
from the
yeah.
scorers. So after this
I think the
point
scoreboard was working faster than
than reality.
than reality. Yes. So actually, because on the discussion, they're scoring a point, which means it's 8 points for FABX now, which means
So now they re-scream it, so it's really halftime.
now it's the halftime. So both teams get a small short break. We will as well. So both teams can take a breath, drink some water, eat a bit of food. Short break, a few minutes. We will as well to enjoy and to talk about the strategy for the next half. So also I think we will take a small breather in this halftime, and yeah, see you back in a few minutes.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
Okay, welcome back after this really short break. You can see we have the hurdles. We have probably the line that will start after the halftime, getting a few more information and tips from the coaches, getting ready to be back. And yeah, so looking forward to the next half. What do you think? What's going to happen? Do you think the Panthers will second round of Swiss Champs started?
Yeah, I think we can be really happy to be here on this.
We have 3 men on the 4 men on the line because we have Summer with the pole getting ready. Boom. Lenzen almost in the end zone.
To Carlo.
Yeah. There's good defense there from the Panthers. There's a high stall. Get number 73 with the disc and another pick called.
Yeah, as we see a lot of work by FAB in the field, but not quite working, as Panthers D is really doing a great job now. So they really stepped up.
Yeah. I think that it's also the cuts are not really organized as such, like a lot of people running everywhere. I think they started off with the side stack, but now it's just a cloud of people moving and makes it really hard to pass. We got Hames trying to read that one, but Gadamian read it better. Now disc is to Schwartz. A really nice backhand path to Stoller. Find Summer. They're just crisscrossing the field now. We get Diener with the disc looking for an option. Oh, that throw did not really come off as expected, but
Gadamian saves it and gives the point to number 14
it's
of the Panthers.
Yeah.
As you said, Simon
There's such like a lot of
for the
people
Panthers,
running everywhere. I think they started off with the side stack. She's actually wearing a couple of numbers, but I think it's actually Simia Budmiger.
Oh,
the pub player disguised as a Panthers player. For an option.
Oh, I'm sorry, I
that
just
throw
watched
didn't
the
really
scores
come off
where
as
she's number 14 in the back.
expected,
Yeah,
but
sure, she's 64.
They're trying to confuse us, but I've seen the face and I know who it is. So
very good. So I trust you.
Actually, before the game, we went to talk to running everywhere. I think they started off with a side stack, so she's actually wearing a couple of numbers, but Bazbazi. It's always like sometimes the names are interesting to see, and I think also in the small community like in Switzerland, often you know the players by their first name and not necessarily by their family name. So then it's often not so easy to actually switch to the family names. And in this case here, the teams actually have the family names on the back, which makes it really nice. Sometimes teams have just some fun nicknames on the back, and this is actually even trickier then. Okay, so this time again we have Hannah Legenhager with the pole. Legenhager. And we have 4 women on the line. Stauffer fielded 4 Fabrics to De Petro. She's looking at her options. Oh, yeah. In this case, often people will call from the side, bow 2 hands. Yeah. I think he was a bit maybe lazy with the one-handed catch, especially in the rain. Now we have Langenhager with the disc, looking for options, sporting some really nice gloves, passing the disc.
One-handed, but she can catch it. Looking for Mueller, not open.
We got De Petro with the disc. Again, team setting up on the lines. Jackets being exchanged. It's not super warm. I remember that like 2 weeks ago we had the first round of Swiss Championships. The weather was nicer. We had sun, but it was like high up in Lausanne and Western Switzerland, and In the evening, it got quite cold already as well. Like you could see a number of bonnets, and I think you can probably will see them here. Lots of people wearing jackets, wearing their woolly bonnets, as Flo, our cameraman, is sporting one. Getting ready there, close up of Jan Gadamian with the disc, ready to pull the disc.
And now I would say it's really the moment for Panthers to get the break.
Yes.
It's really important that they get this foot in the door.
Yeah, that's like 1 point difference. 9-8 for FAB. Okay, I think the disc landed just in, but in the end zone. It's always a hard position to start. I think there was some disagreement there where it actually landed, but now I think both teams agreed on what to do. We have Stauffer. Nice read there by Gerrit, who saw that the disc was a bit too high for Windlisbacher. Oh, there was just a emergency hospital pass. Good thing he had Stauffer there to save the pass. Nice upline cut, looking for a connection. And then another low throw, looking for his preferred receiver, Glauser, but this time it came in a bit too hot and she was unable to reel it in. So there now Panthers get the chance to even out the score. Will they be able to do it?
Venkenhaber doing a lot of kilometers in this game, as always.
This
Strong
to
legs.
Sommer. Doesn't really like what he sees now. Wiek is going deep. Can he run it down? He's just in front of the end zone. This is a really difficult position to be in. Nicely solved there by the Panthers. Pass to Langenhager.
Still
Back
not
to
quite in.
Gadamian.
And this is a very important break at that time, which makes it 9-9, and I think now it's getting a really hot game. As you said, it is, both teams are running for the quarters here. So 9-9, let's go. This is a really good game to watch.
He solved there by the Panthers. Pass to Langenhager. And I think this was a really
Still
good
not quite.
decision in front of the end zone to not, from Wiek, to not try to put it in directly, but to swing it over to Gadamian, who then had many more options to look at and to actually score that point. And I think it's often, you can see that even though these players are young, they already have enough experience to know that maybe it's not the best option to try to punch it in directly.
I was thinking the very, very same thing as you just said. So this is really #1 mistake of young players, but as you said, there's a lot of experience here.
Nice, so now 9-9. Things are getting really interesting. You can really see that the Panthers stepping up their defense a little bit. And maybe I thought they're starting to figure out what's actually going on in the FAB's game, trying to shut down kind of some key players, putting on a bit more pressure there, and then they managed to get the disc, and then they managed to bring home the disc and to score. So now FABX again. Will they manage to bring home this point? Got a lot of cutters running.
Meyer at the disc here, looking for El Basbazi.
Great save, Epine.
Whoa, another, what a great catch, one-handed. Ow! But that one is not, and there we see
Right away.
quick decision by Stoller, not quite the best.
He's not really happy with himself.
Yeah, what a
he's looking,
face.
but now he has to play defense again. I don't know. He was hoping that he could kind of take a break. Yeah.
And now he just said sorry to the whole team, so I
Yeah.
think he's really an aggressive player.
Yes.
And I'm sure he wants to get back this disc,
Yes.
as I know him.
But on the other hand, FAB now they get the disc back on their end zone line, and actually kind of the deadly corner of the end, front of the end zone. This is always a really tough position to be in. So again, Cutters trying to cut. Oh, nice grab
save
by von Steiger. Nice inside throw there. Oh, lefty.
And a high flick
This is
here.
like, oh, that
Jakob
was
not quite
yeah.
reaching out.
great read by number 80 and pass to Hammes for the score. There was, I think, here they got really lucky. I think they got lucky. They had a layout there, then this lofty throw with the great catch by number 80. Yeah, so I think here they owe a bunch of players quite a number of bars of chocolate, I think.
Yeah, not quite the safest play here by FAB, but still
Let's see.
scoring, which makes it
This is
10
it.
FAB, and
Oh, that
Jakob
was
not
a-
quite
Yeah.
reaching out.
Great read by number 80 and pass to
Some
Hammes
people say
for
it
the
wasn't pretty,
score.
but it worked.
There was, I think,
Wouldn't say.
okay, I think now the coach Ruckstuhl is talking to his team, trying to kind of maybe also calm them down a little bit, because it's not all like sometimes the decision making and also the cutting to clean it out a little bit more. Again, we can see the outstretched arms. We have 4 women on the field. Di Petro will pull for FABX. Also, Panthers already on the line, looking forward to scoring the next point to keep the score even. So it's, I think after you have kind of waves between phases of messy play and phases of really clean and nice flow. I think now maybe we're back into a phase of messy play from both teams.
Yeah.
Let's see what we get here. Pass to Gadamian. Oh, we get a zone from FAB. Interesting.
Oh yeah, first time this game.
Yes. So to have the handlers play.
It's kind of a 3-person cup, but now I think
Yeah.
they already switched to men. No, they did not.
Yeah. I think now they're switching. Now it's back. I
Yeah.
think they ended the defense.
Long fake.
Yeah, because I think the zone did not really do much against the really reliable handlers they have in the Panthers team, and also with the current conditions, I think they're having a good person defense is probably a better choice. Oh, we have a player. There may be a small collision. We get Di Petro. And like, somebody coming in to help her up. It didn't really look like there was like a collision. I think maybe it's just that she stepped on something. It's like otherwise, I think she's walking off the field, but I think she will have another player replacing her. But it's always good to see that the players can walk off the field after kind of a small injury. So we got Hammes coming in for her. I think where they still need to kind of discuss what the disc should be now, because often an injury call stops the game, as you can see here, and then the question is at what position did game actually stop? So who has the disc now? Trying to find, it's always like friendly discussion. They can always discuss everything in Swiss German. All speak the same language. It's not always a given in Switzerland, because you have teams from Western Switzerland that speak French, and then they actually often then the teams communicate in English to each other.
As people do not like French too much in the German talking part of Switzerland, yeah.
Even though they're usually pretty good at this. But I think this will stay with number 33, Müller.
Hammes new on the field for Di Pietro after this small injury.
Yeah, it's always a question of where do I have to be? Like, do I have to lie down as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, teams are setting back up, trying to kind of get the situation. This is it's actually a turn. Oh.
To me, it looks rather as it was a point, or
Yeah, I think
No,
actually there might have been something else going on. I think they have to replay it. Maybe there was like an error in the poll. Maybe it was a mistake with the number of players on the field. Then we would have to kind of having look at this again. Person defense. Okay, the zone setup here we see again a better pass from Sommer, and when the injury happened. Okay, maybe a small collision. Now we have the score, but then kind of the score did not count, so it moves back. I think. Not pretty sure what happened. Looks. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so we have some gender inequalities here. Too many men or women on the field by one team.
Yeah.
So, replay of this point. Hummus with the pull for FAB to Panthers, and we are still at the score for 10 FAB, 9 Panthers at that point.
Yeah, an interesting situation there.
Yeah,
Just
I
to
haven't
see
seen that quite in a while.
Yeah. But this is why kind of this signaling is so important in the start.
Yeah.
That both teams agree on the number of players. So there we have a turnover. Stauffer gets the disc back. Lofty flick pass to Zili, who scores the point for FAB, which means we have 11-9, the score now.
So this is another FAB break.
Yes.
After a short replay point.
Yeah, but it was pretty confusing. But I think also the score masters, they are in control here. Both teams agree on the number of players. Check with them. So there we have a turnover again. Stauffer with the disc. Gets the disc back. This really nice. Lofty flick pass to Zili. Who scores for the score. There's also a connection stemming back from all the practice the under-20 mixed team did. They played together successfully on there. And I think they also have been playing for quite a long time together on FAB with the youngsters. Like moving up to the really good junior system they have in the club in Bern here. I think actually both teams, the Panthers as well as FAB, have a really, really nice program there for junior players. And that's why also both of these teams have so many young players with lots of experience.
So we're starting to get in the hot phase of this game, I would say.
Yeah.
More than
Crunch
60
time.
minutes played. And FAB just realized another break.
Yeah, it's the two breaks they made in the start. I think they still kind of give them this nice cushion that they can always fall back on. Now we got Stoller with the disc here. Schwartz looking for the upline and score.
Easy score,
Yes.
huh?
Yeah,
Saving some legs for another break back.
Yeah, efficient, and now it's time for a break if they want one. And actually her cut, she set it up really nicely, starting with a little shimmy body fake, and then just instead of going back, she just went forward, and her defender was caught a bit off guard, allowed her to nice cushion that point that they can always fall back on. To Stoller first, and now she's going, and then a bit off screen. It's like the Schwartz looking for the upline, and score.
Easy score.
Yes.
And now we have a timeout here.
Yeah, I think both teams just heard you when you talked about hot phase of the game in crunch time, and now there's a small talking to from the coaches. Get 11 FAB, 10 Panthers.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
our
our work
work
to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
We believe mixed is the best for the sport, for the world. That's why we're making a global showcase, starting in Europe, made in Amsterdam. ULTI League. ULTILeague.net.
Okay. Here we are again. After some small information about the ULTI.TV program. And we're here back to the last part of the first game of the second round of Swiss Championships. We have FAB from Bern against Panthers NexGen from Bern. Interesting local derby here. I think these teams have played, or these players, they know each other so well between on their own teams, between the teams. And yeah, they're fighting for a spot in the quarterfinals. And FAB started out with a nice little 2-point cushion, 2 breaks. And since this start, Panthers is trying to come back in and get back into the game. And I think FAB still can kind of count on this little cushion that they have. And I think they're trying to hope to bring this home until the end. We saw a few breaks from Panthers. Now we're back. We got Damian with the pole for the Panthers. Oh.
Yeah.
It looks like they...
Rindisbach had a disc, I just want to say, sorry.
They switched something around. Oh no, the disc is back in the hand of Stauffer. Which is there. I was like, what was I saying? They changed something around because we had Thiele and Rindisbacher starting in the back of the field, but now had another errant throw there. Panthers now with the disc. Gadamian looking for his options, giving it back to Stoller. Oh, again, there's again the connection between the stack and the handlers is a little bit off of the timing, so they have to rely a lot on their handlers, like Stoller to Gadamian. Yes, it actually has the choice between the 2 Gadamians that are with him on the field. And just Langenhagen there with the disc, and we got a deep shot to Wiek for the score, which makes it 11-11. So the Panthers are back.
I would say so, and I think in this point we really see, although they say they want to, in the first place, gain experience in this game, I think now they really played a really safe game with their experience and good players. They really want to score those points and go to the quarterfinals.
He has the choice between the 2 Gadamians that are with him on the field.
And we really saw some really nice hand movements by Gadamian. He's got those really nice fast legs
for the score, which makes it 11-11.
Really nice to watch here with his good friend Gregory Stoller. They're really good friended, so nice to see how they interact on the field as well.
And maybe also FAB, they need to kind of involve all their players a bit more, like they're playing it through a couple of players. And I think in the end that makes it sometimes a bit predictable, a lot easier for the defense. So just use all the players that you have, because everybody can play. Like everybody has enough experience to do that. So trust everybody on the field. You're 7. You're just... Sometimes you have some player hiding. Don't allow them to hide. Make it show. Let's see what FAB has in store for us this time. So I think they're going back to their more experienced line here.
Yeah, as we see Carlo here, a really experienced player, used to be captain of the U20 national team back in 2010. Stuck at the line here, number 79.
Oh, nice grab there from Julia Hammes. FAB.
And a long throw.
A nice put there.
But Jakob not getting the hand on, and FAB scoring 12-11.
Yes. There was some really nice play there. Like as we said, they involved more of their players into this point, and they managed to keep out of the disc. I think in the end, it was also a bit of a misread in the defense by Jakob there, but also the disc was really well put into the end zone by number 73 for number 79.
So it's not that messy anymore at the moment, really clean ultimate.
Now we're back to a clean phase. two really
clean phase.
2 pretty clean points there. So great job there by the FAB players. Okay, they just had a look. So these are actually 90-minute games. So there's at least 20 minutes left to play, or the first team that reaches 15 points. And looking at the current score, I would say that we will probably end up rather with the 15 than with the 90 minutes, except if this getting really messy and the points take ages. But I think so far as it looks, I think we will probably rather see one team reaching the 15 points. FAB is now back with the zone look on defense, but I think Panthers players are completely unfazed by what they're seeing there. Just lovely throws, around throws, just take it easy, stay cool. I think that's the secret against the zone, just stay cool, find your options.
And now we got some mismatches on the field as we see Stroller being covered by number 23 of FAB.
Yeah, but they switched it back now.
Okay, very nice.
I think this was actually a really nice resolution of their zone there from FAB. Like they just found a player and then they switched it up if needed later. So Disk is now with Gadamian. He's looking for his options. He finds Michelle Schwartz there. She's pointing where she wants people to go.
Typical handler.
He's good. And Langenegger there with the shot. It's a really high air fight, but we got Gadamian there. Just showing himself, not hiding. Scoring the point for the Panthers. And we're 12-12. Keeping it interesting. Somehow there was a tongue twister. And we get another timeout there. This time FAB is calling it. Every team has actually 2 timeouts per halftime. So they can really use these moments to kind of talk to each other, have pass some information from the coaches to the team, or if there are some things that's not working, to work it out. That is also what the timeouts are for. Sometimes you can also use them when it's really hot and you need a break, but I think today this is not necessarily the case, more to calm down your team and have her talking to. And if you have 2 timeouts per half, why not use them?
Totally.
I really love these shots of the teams from above. Like you really see them like in a circle talking to each other. It's like a small social moment, talking to each other. Yes. Yes. And looking at what's the plan otherwise that we have for today. Later on, we will have games from the 2nd division here.
Exactly at 12:15, so noon. We have Wizard Mixed, the Geneva team, the second one against FAB Mixed Hip, which
the second team from FAB. Yeah, as we said, like this is also I think an interesting game. I think in this the League B they have a big round robin. Everybody plays against everyone, and then the first 2 teams of the League B will get the chance to fight for a spot in League A, which is interesting. So they might actually play then against one of the teams here. Like as we said before, the loser will likely have to play this game against the hopeful from the 2nd league to maybe advance into the first one. Or of course, nobody wants to descend into League B.
Yeah, I guess so. And after this game, we have at 2 p.m. We have for one of the quarters in the first league, so it's going to be exciting as well.
Yes.
And at 4:45, we will have the last game today.
Yes.
Not for the weekend, the last for today, which is Zebra
from Zurich.
With H.
Yes.
So CH, and Flying Colors from Sursee. Small town, or Oberkirch.
But there's actually a region in Switzerland where there's a lot of teams right next to each other. Like every village has a Frisbee team almost. It's amazing to see this one, and so many young players.
And tomorrow we'll have another 5 games for you at home, starting at 9 o'clock.
So we have to be up early.
That's gonna be a long day, and so 5 games, and the last one at 4 o'clock will be the big final of the League A. So I would see a must-see for this weekend.
Yes. Well, I have 2 exciting days, and we're starting off with a pretty exciting game here for the first one. Currently 12-12. The Panthers pulling to FAB. El Babazi with the disc to Hamas. Surveying the field. Nice movement there.
Yeah.
I think that's a classic handler move. Go.
Oh, and
that one
sticky
slipped.
hands.
That slipped out of her hands. We got Gadamian with the disc.
But Gadamian.
He was like,
oh, shame.
like
Nice bait, but not reaching out of the disc. That was a rather fast and messy.
Yeah, but that was actually a miscommunication. Because I think the idea for the fast break was a really great one, but it's just that Rhea Champion, she was just not expecting the disc to go where it was going.
Yeah, and she was actually heading to the back door pass. So yeah.
Yeah, so I think Ramona Rundesbacher, she can count herself very lucky on this miscommunication, because the disc got stuck in her hand and just went where it was not supposed to go.
And now we have FAB again at the disc.
El Babazi with the disc, yeah.
Looking for a handler.
Epine with the disc. So Rundesbacher, wow, there's...
Oh, and this disc is going out as well.
Yeah.
Panthers again a chance to get the break and to go in front
for the
first time in this game. So
interesting there. See.
Yeah, we have Mueller at the disc.
Again, starting with the disc on the live sideline is really hard.
That was a bad pass.
Yeah. I think it did not come out of his hand as he was expecting it to be. So again, El Babazi with the disc, defended by Gadamian. Oh, wow, nice.
That was close to the line. I would say I can't see it from here, but
it's up to the players to decide if it's still valid or not. We get Stauffer on the disc now. Does he give him a good option? Oh,
and
I think somehow maybe the disc is really wet, because I think I've seen now a couple of throws that just don't come off as expected. So maybe somebody should take the time to dry the disc off. We got an injury call. Yeah, it might be from her layout attempt on the other end. I think she probably landed pretty hard.
And she's replaced by the very experienced Michelle Schwartz. Number 6. And Panthers have the option now to score again, and so I think it's a good moment to get Michelle Schwartz on the pitch. She's a really good thrower, always looking for the long hucks. You see her side always for the deep ones. But now we have Hannah. Yeah, always long eyes.
You get Sommer with the disc. Schwartz there, and there we go. Schwartz with the disc.
Now we got the long one, as we said.
You read her mind.
Oh, and Mueller nicely has it. But we have a travel call there on Schwartz.
Yeah, that's always...
The first one is this game as well. Also typical that the travel calls start at the end of the game.
Yeah, often you see more of these calls, but maybe people get a bit lazier when they throw. So I think potentially they can also maybe happen a bit more often, but often in crunch time, the calls increase a bit more. But actually, the travel was even further. It was Gadamian who got the travel called on him, so not Schwartz.
So everybody needs to go back to this position where they were at the moment when Gadamian had the disc.
Yeah, that's quite a while ago. I hope they remembered. But often it's like if the two players agree, like we were about here, then it's fine as well.
And now Carlo Babasi can check the disc in as he touches it, and the game will recontinue.
Yes. There you go. We're ready to go, and there we are. Everybody's moving, because also everybody has to kind of stand still until the disc is called live. Otherwise, we have something which we called kind of a violation. And again,
Schwartz.
It was a great pass, but this overhead catch, like when the disc comes over your head to grab it, it's really, really hard. We had a good example earlier in the game, but we had to do this with the layout there. But now, FAB, they get another chance to score their point and stay in front. Yeah, but I think we're back into kind of these messy phases of the game.
Yeah. Oh, as talked a bit.
Starting
But
right
I
away.
think, as you said, now the disc is wet again as it touched the ground, which makes the game a lot more difficult.
Yeah. Well, we got
than
Hannah
with the-
Langenhager with gloves, Michelle Schwartz with gloves.
with gloves. Sommer without gloves, but a really nice catch there.
Yes.
Back to Schwartz, and Schwartz always, as we said, looking for the long ones. And this one is a nice pass, but he can't reach out to it, so we have another turn
There's
here.
a great
foul.
layout attempt there by Sommer. But it was just a bit too fast for him to actually grab it. There we go, see it again. It's always the worst when you get your hand on the disc, but just not enough. It's like when it's like half a centimeter is missing. So with again, El Babazi with the disc to Rindisbacher. She's looking for options. And a really nice pass, Lepine. To Stauffer. Defense is flying all over the place.
And Stauffer puts it deep.
Trying to hack it.
Oh.
And just slipping through the fingers of Hammes. And there we go. Panthers are going the other way. Got Michelle Schwartz with the disc there. Passing it to Gadamian. Pass to communication. There was a good communication there. I don't know if they actually talked to each other. Layout attempt there. Hannah Langenhager. Disc is back to El Babazi. I think people are getting a bit tired on the field. Not really a lot of cuts going. With Ramona Rindlisbacher with the disc. Looking for dump. El Babazi surveying the options. People are running hard, but he's not really liking what he's seeing, and he's putting the disc deep. Number 73, but he was just there.
And this is a really long point now.
Yes.
So as a player, I would be really happy to have a timeout now to get some air and breathe a little bit. But
I'm not sure if the
let's
teams
see how long.
actually still have timeouts. I think they might have actually used them all up.
Okay, but
or maybe not.
No, we have
still
one.
have one.
Maybe
So
they heard me as well again.
I think Hannah, she just read your mind.
All right, read hers.
Langenhager, yeah.
Wow, okay.
But you can tell from the players' body language, I think they're pretty happy. But this is actually turning into kind of a long and messy point with a lot of slippery discs. So let's see if we actually will see the game going to 15 now, the way it's turning out. Yeah. But I think it's not necessarily the fact that the technique is bad. I think people just have really unfortunate drops. It's like you can see this one in the later stages of a game. People get tired, focus is off, and then even something that you usually catch somehow slips through your fingers. And
yeah, it's a combination today of it's a little bit wet and it tends to be cold. So wet and cold fingers, well, I must say I hate it. But still, it's a hot game, so maybe fingers are still
I think the players on the
warm
field,
enough.
I think they are not cold.
Yeah.
They've been running. Maybe the ones that are waiting on the sideline for this point,
yeah,
they might be getting a bit cold. They're looking forward to playing the next one. So let's see. Goes. Panthers now have again the full field to work with to bring it to the other side. And I think behind us the next teams are already getting ready to play. Being excited. But before, we still got FAB and Panthers currently at 12-12.
We have only 6 minutes left, so it may not be a 15-point games as we predicted before, but
this point is really long because
Yeah.
I think at this point almost goes 10 minutes already, I think. So that's no wonder players are getting tired. Okay, we see here we got the Panthers setting up into a really nice side stake. From our high up camera, we can really see the setup there of the side stack. Again, we get Hannah Langenhager with the disc, defended by Julia Hammes, trying to get everything set and ready. Go. And we get cutting this to Summer, to Schwartz.
Looking for a deep one again.
Yes. But there's still a bit of the disconnect between the cuts and the handling. But I think now they're seeing it a bit better. This back to the center, to Schwartz. Good. Langenhager cutting for her.
Nice continuation there.
Dina with the disc on the sideline. Looking for options. Back into the center. Langenhager.
Beautiful dump and swing there by the Panthers. Textbook-like.
But now surveying her options. Weak with the disc.
Oh,
Overhead.
and we got an overhead there.
And
Gadamian in the second one, he gets it. This is a really important moment for the Panthers.
Focus.
The first time they lead this game, and it's only 4 minutes to go.
Yes.
So 13-12.
Yes.
This could be a really important moment for them here.
Great focus there by Gadamian for the catch.
Yeah.
Missed it on the first attempt, but kept his eyes on the disc, eyes on the prize, and then scored that point for the Panthers.
So the Panthers with a little bit advanced in this game and have the better chances to go to the quarters, which this game is about.
Okay. Teams are setting up, getting ready. Again, there you see again, great grab, great defense attempt.
And great replay by our team again.
Yeah.
Thanks to ULTI.TV, who brings this game to your homes.
Okay, get the arms between the head, which means we have 3 women on the line. Both teams agree.
Both teams taking quite some time to set up here, but seems to be okay for both. So we have less than 3 minutes in this game.
Let's see. So we got Fred Pollmeyer with the disc ready to pull. FAB ready to receive. Really like the last few hot minutes of the game. Are we closing in onto Universe Point to close out that game? Or will Panthers be able to advance even a bit further in their last minute break run round? Okay, Lindlisbacher with the disc. This goes on the ground, but she's wearing gloves. No problem for her. And got an errant throw. Number 98 could not get his hand on the disc, so advantage Panthers. Stoller with the disc in his hand. He sees Peter Jakob, tall tower in the end zone. And now we have 14-12 for the Panthers. So now they actually getting the break range started.
Quite some frustrated faces on the side of
the difference in body language is apparent.
But yeah, Stroller can be happy he had Jakob in this situation there, the tall guy, because it was a really high pass.
There you got it again. Can't teach tall. Sometimes say he's towering above everybody, and then great read on the disc, one-handed grab to score this pretty important point for the Panthers. Because instead of being 13-13, we have 14-12 for the Panthers there.
And only 45 seconds left on the clock.
The very last minutes there. So in any case, it will be a game to 15. Yeah,
just the score is already again a little bit in advance. They have times over called there. So this is going to be the last point.
So we got a confirmation from the scoring table. There we hear in the really last moments of the game. It will be a game to 15, which means the first team that reaches 15 points will win this game. So either FAB will manage to score 3 points in a row, or the Panthers manage to put in another break. But effectively, the Panthers now have 3 potential match points.
So it does not have to be the last point, as I said. Sorry for this kind of mistake. And a long one by Carlo. To number 33.
Instead of going with 2 hands, she started with the 1. Wobbled it there.
Wendrich.
Yeah, it was a great cut from her side. Good put there from El Babazi. But now the Panthers have the disc again in their hand.
Ooh, that was
almost a no-look pass to Gardamian. Full confidence that he will be there, to catch it. Pass now to Sommer. Looking for its options. Gardamian again with the disc. Passing it to Sommer.
A lot of work by Sommer there. Good footwork, good handling moves.
A
little bit high by
great defense
Gardamian.
there. Ipine, yeah, she waited for the disc. It was a bit high.
Yeah.
You get nice with the disc. To Ipine. Looking for options. There's so many people around her. I'm always saying, yeah, give the thrower space to throw. Now. Oh, that's a high one. Ooh, that's a great attempt there by El Babazi, but that would have been like a highlight reel catch if he would have caught that one. Falling back, trying to catch it. So now Panthers get another chance to score that one.
And we have Sommer.
And when you think that they've been trading all game long, and just now in the last minutes they finally managed to take the lead. Get that one in. Again, Sommer with the disc.
We have a call there. Pick. Call stops the game.
Still,
So
people using this few moments to catch a few breath and be ready to start cutting. Fancy going. Number 33 with the disc. Defended by number 33. I always like these combinations. We're saying numbers playing against each other. But in this case, the defense actually has some advantage. She's a bit taller. Oh, audacious throw there.
And again, that must have been a high stall pass to kind of nowhere. But we have a call there.
It's a call or even a stall out call. It's a stall out. It's actually a stall out. As you said, it was a high stall, but it was actually already a stall out. It's like the sign when people tap their head. It's the indication for the stall out. It's always really easy to remember because you can like, oh my God, I should have known better, and you kind of hit your own head. It's the indication. Disc is on the ground. Players need to tap it. Okay, and actually, English will directly play it.
Yeah.
For number 80. So we got for FAB there with their first point of the 3 that they need to score if they want to win this game. So now we have the second match point chance there for Panthers now on the next point. Or a break for FAB. So let's see.
Which would bring us to Universe Point.
Yes.
And I think in this case, FAB would even have good cards again, because I always feel like a team coming back to Universe Point by breaks, that's always a strong momentum to this team.
Yeah.
So it's still not over, this game, and still to be decided.
But it's also nice to see you have quite a lot of people on the sideline. It's all the parents and the teammates from these teams. From FAB, you get youngsters and parents. Really nice to see.
Yeah, because I think for all those it's not that far, because as we said before, both teams are from Bern.
Yes.
We are in Bern, so this is a double home game for both.
Yes.
And we see a really strong lineup there by Panthers. I think they really want to finish up this game now.
Yes, I think they will be excited that they're finally in the lead. We got Paul Meyer with the disc there. looking for his option.
And I
He's one of the under 17 players who actually also came home with some bling from this year's European Championships.
Okay, wow.
The under 17 open team won the bronze medal there, so he has a bronze medal at home to show for it. Diener with the disc now. To Stoller there, great grab. And then
long
we
bait to
see
Pohlmeier.
Pohlmeier in the end zone.
Finishes up this game.
And that is the 15th point there from the Panthers, trading almost all game and then just going on a run on their own to close out this game. 15-13 for the Panthers. Congratulations.
And going for the quarterfinals now.
It depends a little bit on what happened in the other games, because this was a round robin in the lower pool, and the first 2 teams of the lower pool now will go into the quarterfinals, and the lower 2 teams of this pool will have to play against the first 2 teams of League B to fight for kind of the crossover, like who can stay and who will maybe move up there. So good luck to all these teams for their next games. And yeah, maybe we will see them again in one of the later streamed games. Otherwise, thank you very much for staying with us for this very first game of this second round of Swiss Championships. It was a pretty exciting one. It started out a bit sloppy, but then it was always staying tight, and FAB started out with the lead, and in the end it was Panthers who turned the tide and scored their one. So I hope you enjoyed the game as much as we did, and see you in a few minutes for the next game, which will be the Wizards Mixed number 2 against FAB Mixed Hip. So we will stay with the teams from Bern, meeting up with the team from Western Switzerland. So thank you so much. And we will take a little break and have some water and something to drink. So thank you so much, Litsi.
See you in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yep.
The ultimate things in life are free, and we're keeping it that way. Subscribe to keep up with the latest games, tournaments, and community content. Share it with your team and friends, and drop a like to help spread Ultimate to more people. Spread the word, spread the love. ULTI.TV.
Always on the move? You can keep up to date with ULTI.TV on all of our social media channels. Like, follow, subscribe, share us with a friend, or send us a message just to say hey. Thank you for supporting us in our mission to grow Ultimate everywhere.
ULTI.TV.